Podcast, presented to you by the Florida United Kill Team and North Florida Kill Team.
All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the PhoBros Podcast. My name's Eric. I'm on house arrest. I'm here with George. Yeah, he has been removed. Uh, Tomas is one of our OG Florida players, and he's been around. Tomas was actually, I will give Tomas some credit for being first time Tomas gets credit, but actually one of my real sparring partners on like TTS that got me to kind of figure out how to play Kill Team at like an actual competitive level. And he's one of the original six-sided Paradice members, right, George? Yep. So he's been around, formed in the car on the way to a tournament, I assume. You're like, you know what, guys, we should have a squad. Yeah, so we're having Tomas on, and we're gonna have more of the Florida boys on in the future, and and just kind of get everybody on here to have some fun and bullshit about Kill Team, you know. So first thing that I actually wanted to talk about is the concept, especially with like worlds coming up, big GTs. We just had, some big ones coming through. It's meta chasing and how. Uh, oh, hold on, I have the chat. Someone says, I can only hear Eric. It's me again. Oh my goodness. I don't know how
It's
to
all
use
Eric's.
OSB. We probably can now hear everyone. I used the wrong uh, audio mixer. So sick.
I
So
think
the,
it's the.
the good news was it was mostly me talking. Shout out Jeremiah telling me that I'm not good. Sound production is the our worst thing that we know how to do, and by we, I'm taking all responsibility off of myself because it's definitely a group effort. Jeremiah says, "There you go." Okay, so I at
It's
least
not
figured
like it.
out,
Awesome.
confirmed which slider on the audio mixer turns you guys back on. We're getting there. Uh, Four more
Let's go.
episodes. I won't. I'll figure that out, dude. Episode 8, we'll come in with the audio
We'll have
on.
it locked down.
We'll have it locked down. But yeah, basically, I want to talk about like meta chasing. How you guys feel about the concept of meta chasing? Like, is it a thing? Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Like, what do you think, George? Start us
It's
off.
definitely a thing. It's a 100. I hope I'm looking the right way. It's definitely a thing. It's real. There's a lot of it in this podcast right now. From one person. Uh, Not from me though. Since I've played Warhammer, I've liked Space Marines, regardless if they're trash or if they're amazing. They were amazing when third edition dropped, and then ever since then they're back to like, yeah. So meta chasing is real. I know some people that do it.
Is it bad?
James Roddenberry.
Is it bad though?
Yeah.
That's the question.
No, because you need. Well, I don't know. You need people to play the competitive, the stuff that they think is the meta, so that stats come out and we get either nerfs or buffs. People expose teams like that through a meta. Like if they really overplay when Vanguard was on the meta or Felgor, you really start to figure out the ways to break those teams because they're so strong, and it's it's I think one of the only ways to do it. I don't know. What do you think about meta chasing, Mister Meta Chasing King?
Um, it's not that I ever made a victory speech mentioning meta chasing and how good it was. So I can't really say no. It's a bad thing. That's the first time I met. Well, we all met Eric at that
Hmm.
tournament in Punk
Yeah,
Outer. It's a fun
yeah.
tournament. Um, I think it's a good thing to a certain extent. You always need to know, at least for the developers, they need to know what's the best thing in the meta, what's broken, what's not. If everyone knows Sanctifiers is a problem, they were, but no one played them because it was just stigmatized. They were never gonna get nerfed. If only the bad players play it, no one's gonna nerf them. So there needs to be some meta chasers for that respect, so that they tone down the broken stuff in the teams. Also, if I personally living in New York now, if I'm going to a tournament, and I'm paying for travel, I'm paying for all that stuff. Everyone pays for travel, but it gets more expensive. Flights get involved. Why take a team you know it's going to be harder on you if you have the choice? I'm not saying play Sanctifiers all the time. I'm saying if you're going for a win, getting a slight hand up is not the wrong thing to do, especially if the team is fun. That guarded last edition.
Sometimes when you throw travel in there, like you said, it gets expensive. You know, you have wherever you're staying plus however you got there, whether it's flight or car. You're not traveling, wasting time, spending all this money to lose at the end of the day. So I understand why there's meta chasing, but what do you think, Eric?
I think that we honestly shouldn't shame people for meta chasing. Like Tomas said,
Like,
some people we just like to shame Tomas. It doesn't. He
yeah,
could he could play off meta. I'll use some
Yeah.
colorful language against him, dude. But no, it's really like if you want to chase the meta, uh, that's that's up to you. I think we shouldn't shame people as much. And I also just talk a lot of shit in general. If you've been around me and you know me, that's kind of I just like to run my mouth and have fun. It's my love language, okay? It's how I do it. But I think that there's also you have to understand like if you're showing up to tournaments and you want to win all the time, and that's your number one thing, well maybe you should think about why you're playing this game because only one person can win. And so if you only show up to win, and then you don't win, then you might have less fun because of that reason,
yeah.
right? So then it's like maybe think about why you're showing up, but at the same time, if you're if you really want to win, then you want to take something meta. And of course, there's always some flex in the, you go to an event and you podium with an off meta team, like you kind of get yeah, I did it with them. But at the same time you're in an uphill battle. And for
The whole
me,
time.
I like to chase the meta, in cycles, right? In the sense that I'll be like, okay, for a few months I'm gonna play really on meta, and then for a few months I'm gonna play really off meta. And I kind like that's just how I like to do it, so that way because sometimes meta teams are just not that fun to play against because they're so powerful and they shut down either certain entire archetypes of teams or just specific teams in the meta can't do anything against them, like 7 wound models into release goremongers, right? Like they're just gonna ping pong around and just like you can shoot once, cool. I'm gonna heal and kill you, and then you shoot me, and then I'll heal and kill you, and just like rinse and repeat. If so, that's just kind of how I view the whole thing. But I think that we should probably be. I think it's okay. And like, if you're interested in playing Canoptic Circle, right? And you're like, well, I don't want to be that guy. Even after the nerf, they're crazy. Go be that guy, dude.
Yeah, they're good. They're
Go
still
be
good.
that guy. Like, go be that guy. Like, go do it.
Yeah,
You know?
the team is out there.
Yeah.
Everyone can play it. It's up to you if you want to play that team, if you like it, if you think it's good competitively, just play it.
Yeah,
No one can say no one's gonna ban you from a tournament for taking the meta team.
I think it's
No.
good practice too. You're playing against, hey, Eric's gonna bring Canoptic Circle again. Well, I'm gonna try to kick his ass with my Space Marines again and see if I could figure out this puzzle and get through that team. So it's not a bad thing essentially. You want meta players like Tomas.
Like
I'm gonna defend myself though. I'm kind of agree with Eric. No one is fully a meta chaser all the time.
Oh
Like,
no.
You always go peaks and troughs every now and again. Like I had been playing Higher Tech Circle for a while. I know it's a toxic team. I apologize to everyone. It's a really shitty. It was a really shitty team. Now it's a shitty
Oh,
team to
it's a
play as.
shitty team. It's a shitty team now.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. But yeah, you play. I've been playing Handle the Archon for almost 4 years now, with gives and takes, with Vanguard, a few meta teams when I wanted to go for the wins. But like Eric said again, like if you go for meta teams, you're always gonna be disappointed because if you take a meta team, you're taking it to win.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one winner, and I've been a bridesmaid, like Ben likes to say all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Uh, Way too many times.
I'm also like right there with you, like constantly, top table, play
Bridesmaid,
play
never the bride.
playing the
Yeah,
guy that gets first place because he beats me in the finals, and then I get like second, third, fourth, fifth after like, you know,
AKA Landon.
yeah,
yeah, pretty much.
Landon just, yeah, too funny. But yeah, that's
Shout
pretty
out
much
Landon.
pretty much all I kind of wanted to touch on, just kind of that concept. And I know we got a lot of events coming up here in Florida in the near future, and if you're worried about being that guy, I don't think you should. I think you should just go be that guy, to be totally
Have fun
honest
with
with you.
it.
Just
Go
go.
play
If
it.
it's gonna
Have
be
fun with
fun to play it, but then also consider, like, last closing statement, like if you're just going to tournaments and bringing the meta just to win, because that's your only form of fun, then you might need to find a new way to enjoy this game, because
it.
you're gonna lose kill team games. You know, even Landon, even Landon loses some games, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Albeit how rare that may be sometimes. That motherfucker. All right. Uh, and then yeah, next thing, Tomas, I kind of wanted to talk to you, dude, because you are a self-proclaimed Florida man, and you are a Florida man, but you're in New York right now,
Allegedly.
dude, right?
Yeah.
So you're up in the Northeast, we're in the Southeast. Why do you still, why are you still in Florida United Kill Team? And why are you not like balls deep into the New England, right? Rocking the fuck shirt. Why, what does it all mean to you, and like why are you here?
Dude,
What is it?
honestly,
Brooklyn Rats or something is the New York team.
yeah, the Brooklyn Strategists, Brooklyn Rats, a
Brooklyn,
lot of
yeah.
Brooklyn, a lot of rats. Generally, New York, a lot of rats. Um, no, honestly, kind of harping back to what Eric said a while ago. If you only go for wins, you're not gonna have fun. Cool if you take a meta team, or cool if you win a game. That's fun, but I can win a game by myself. It doesn't matter. The community. It's always the community. It's always the friends along the way. Sometimes it's George. Most of the time it's Eric. It's just the friends. Uh, if you find a good community to go with and to ride along, to grow it together, when
Mhm.
we started 5 years ago, it was only like what 15, 20 people, George, in the first Magnolia, in the first
There,
Warfire.
oh yeah, yeah. The first tournament was like not that many. There was like 15, 20, somewhere in
Yeah.
that number. Yeah.
And now we're what, 60, 50
This
in
last
cruise tournament?
tournament that they had at Warfire, bro, the picture was panoramic. That's how big it
Yeah.
was. It was a lot of people.
I mean,
That says way
yeah,
more about the community and about the experience
yeah.
in Florida.
And dude, we just had the triple kill team tournament yesterday. Our
Yeah.
first like real team tournament format, and we had like 33 players and a ton of new players, and so the scene's growing, and
I
like it
did
was a
notice
fun
that there
time.
was a lot of newer faces in the
Yeah,
pictures and stuff.
tons of people.
Everyone was really having a good time.
Yeah, it was
It looked like a
cool.
ball.
Shout out the three guys team. We had Aaron and his wife and Shami dress up as Guy Fieri. It was ridiculous, dude. It was absolutely absurd.
It was
Um,
great.
but yeah, I think that we have really fun events, and
Hmm.
like we always hang out before and after the tournaments, and any of these events. There's always somebody, usually Chris, shout out your boy Chris, who's setting up the Airbnb for the squad, and we're going out to eat, and we're uh, playing games, a lot of times non-kill team games at the house the day before, and just hanging out and like enjoying our time as friends. And I think that's what's cool about the community. And I've noticed that we really value like playing good, honest games of Kill Team, even when we sweat it the fuck out. We all are big on like that integrity and that respect of each other in our play, you know. And so I think that even in our sweatiest events, it's a really good time, you know.
Yeah, I give Tomas crap all the time because I love him to death, and we've been playing Kill Team forever.
Yeah.
But Tomas has done tremendous legwork playing TTS games with anyone and whoever wants to play at any time of the day almost. Always looking for games. I've done teaching games. Everyone in this community really loves Kill Team for the passion of the game. So it's nice to fall back on that and reflect sometime that we have a great thing here in Florida, in the Florida United Kill Team and the server. Everyone always tries to help out. We have Dylan now was telling me the other day that he's starting to do his own thing and he wants to help take it off. And I was like, Dylan, we'll support you. We got your back, brother.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I said the same thing. Like he's like he got a little inspired and was like, dude, I want to start messing around and making some Kill Team shorts. And I'm like, dude, do it. Like have fun.
Let's
Like
go. Yeah, for
and
sure.
that's kind of why like we have this podcast, you know, is we just want to bullshit about the thing that we like to do. And you
Yeah.
can nerd out really hard about this thing. Honestly, like Warhammer in general, you can just nerd out about the Warhammer universe, and then the game is really fun, and we just enjoy doing it. So that's why we're here, you
Well,
know.
and now that the server's taking a turn because we're getting a lot more other tabletop games, Trench Crusade, guys are looking into Star Wars, which is totally cool. I mean, it's, all tabletop is
Yeah,
phenomenal. So,
that's the
if
thing.
you have somewhere where you could go ahead and explain or go ahead explore that community, we have it here.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So as much shit as we give Tomas, and most of it deserved, 100%. But
50-50.
but we are happy to still have you in the community, man, hanging out with us. And I'm glad you come down from New York and come to the events you can and roll with the
Absolutely.
squad. So that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Because if we didn't have, I'm here in Florida, and if we didn't have a good crew, I wouldn't be driving an hour. I drove an hour and a half yesterday. I wouldn't have done that if we didn't have cool people. I had Drew and Vaughn on my team. Drew's from Jacksonville, Vaughn's from Orlando. Super cool dudes. We brought the vibes. We played a bunch of new players, and everybody had fun. Even when a couple of us put a beating on a few new guys, but we still like I could tell that I was really proud of my team. Like we brought good vibes and made sure that all our opponents were having fun, even when you had those 20 to 5 games, with a guy who's pretty new at a tournament. So
How did you guys place?
we got second, and it's totally my fault. It's totally my
Not surprised.
fault. And
Not
this
surprised.
actually is a perfect segue into nothing other than the play of the week.
Play of the week.
So my play of the week is actually going to be against me because I'm a moron.
Mm,
And I was
okay.
playing Tempestus Aquilons, right? Like into
Okay.
Angels of Death, round one. You walk, it's on Into the Dark or Tomb World, or I think it might have been Tomb World. You walk up and you're like, okay, Cash Money Records, dude, the dream comes true. Like, we got this in the bag. Like, I'm built to just destroy this team, right? Like, sorry, Andy. I was playing Andy. Shout out Andy. He's a really cool dude up in Ocala. And I'm like, really winning very well. I got 3 kills on Marines, turn 2,
Oh
and
wow.
only lost a couple
That's really cool.
models. So it's like 9 models to 3. We're chilling, dude. I'm playing retrieval. I'm gonna max retrieval. Like we got it in the bag. And then the last thing I did at the end of Turning Point 3 was move my concealed sniper to the mid lane to try and support it because he had an assault intercessor running up the mid at my leader and my plasma gunner because my plasma gunner had just shot at him and whiffed. And I had my leader run up and grab a retrieval token that I lost from a trooper that died. Because the only way I was going to get away with that token was like either pick it up and then if I died, I could get it like another couple inches back than where I picked it up from, right? Because you get to choose where it goes down. But where I fucked up is because my plasma gunner was on engage, and literally as soon as the turn ended, I go, wait a minute, what did I just do? That's an assault intercessor grenadier, dude.
Oh no.
And so, and then I look and I'm like, that's right. He has +5 to initiative. So lo and
Give you
behold,
initiative cards.
Andy charges my leader, right? Rolls pretty bad, +1 damage, turns his chainsword into a briefly 5 damage normal chainsword, right? He had 3 hits. I would have been able to parry out and live. He kills my leader. He throws a frag grenade uses the captain's thing to switch the order of his reroll. So he got the melee reroll, barely got it, then threw a frag grenade on 3s, lethal 5, deleted my plasma and my sniper. And
Yeah.
that was a huge swing because he had dominate. He only had 2 points on dominate. He got 3 points from that. I had no one that could touch the intercessor. I had to basically run over and grab the retrieval with a free mission action and then dash around the corner and barely live. And the game was a tie. That was like a 5-point swing because it had him beat me on kill up. So that was 2 points on kill up, 3 points on dominate, and then an extra point on primary. So it was like a 6-point swing, dude. So blasts will still get you
Yeah.
if you're not paying attention. So that's my play of the week. And it wasn't my play. It was Andy's
yeah.
play. Shout out Andy. You got anything,
Shout out
Tomas?
Andy. Yes. Doing what Space Marines do.
Dude, I mean, yeah, a
Slaughtering and
triple
throwing
kill,
grenades.
it doesn't get
Yeah.
better than a triple kill, I think.
That's
A-
such a good feeling with a Space Marine.
Yeah,
That's
3
such a
full
good
health models just. Oh, actually, no. I did 0 damage on my plasma and blew myself up with hot. So I was only at 4 wounds. It was an easy kill.
Easy grenade.
Kill. Yeah.
What
And
do
my
you got, Tomas? What game do we got?
Funny enough, speaking about Blast,
Oh,
yeah, another Blast story. Not so great though. Not so great. I'm playing against Bond. I'm trying to help him get ready for Blooded for Worlds. So we're sparring every day. I'm playing my best team, Handle the Archon. Pretty fun. He's practicing. We're giving each other tips and tricks. On our third game, I was playing against him on open.
okay.
It was turning point 1, nothing happened like always. Just bird shot, did nothing. I set up. He just overextended too much. He pushed too much on his left side with the Ogren, leader, thug, and enforcer, and he just stayed completely on his home objective behind in his deployment zone with his sniper, Melta, Butcher, Comsman, and I don't remember who else.
So like the whole team.
And essentially, yeah, half the team just stayed in his deployment zone.
Okay.
So
I mean,
I saw that. I didn't want to give it away. That I could get to him and charge, fight, throw frag. So what I did is, I'm just going to completely draw his attention to the other side, where he had the Ogren, Enforcer, Thug, and Leader. Just put the guys so that they would be a really appealing charge, fight, throw, crack grenade, kill. So I sacrificed 2 guys for the opportunity to get essentially quintuple kill. So he wins initiative. I roll a 2. I had the reroll. He rolls a 6. He gave, so I of course re-roll into a 5. Doesn't matter. I lose. He gets a double kill like he should have. But he didn't see I could have a 7, 8, 9, essentially a 10-inch charge with threat range, control range against his comms in his backline with a normal agent. Normal agent, just charge in with a bolter and melee with lethal 5. Just go in, kill him.
With Darkness Death, right?
From Darkness Death, I did it on the Melta, so I get a guaranteed crit with him. So charge in, kill him, then go 3 APL, throw frag grenade at the Melta, Sniper, Butcher, and someone else. I don't remember who it was. Should have been amazing. Against 5-up saves, should have been amazing. I almost killed the Melta in 1 wound. I do like 2 to 4 wounds on the Butcher. I almost killed the Sniper, and I killed someone else. So it wasn't a great trade because the agent survived for like 3 shooting attacks though, so it's good. But I almost got a quintuple kill, so not bad.
I mean,
I think it was pretty cool.
anytime you have a 5-man blast lined up, it's like, I hit on 4s. Is this worth it?
Oh yeah, 4th.
That's a lot of dice, bro. That's a lot of dice, man. You might as
Yeah.
well just like go for it at that point, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
And
it could pay off.
so that was. It could have been a just turn point, second activation, turn point 2, just auto win. I ended up still winning. The Hand of the Archon is so killy. They just one model can kill the Ogre by itself, not even a good model. But then I have an extra bonus point where I trolled. I messed up. This was, I think, on Friday. Again, helping Bond practice his blooded. He actually is getting really good with them. He really took into advisement my advice to not just spread out fully with hordes, especially blooded, and just not clump up, but focus on one area. Stay safe. Don't get into threat range until turn point 3 or 4, and then just destroy me. So he just completely hunkered down behind the Volca's stronghold. Ogren in the door. Melta, Grenadier in the stronghold. They couldn't be fought, or he could do the get down Mr. Preston employee with the Ogren. So no matter what happened, I couldn't get to them. Leader and Enforcer were behind. Like everyone was safe, and I could not do anything with it. So thinking, okay, Duelist, my Handle the Archon Duelist against his Ogren. Duelist, lethal 5, hitting on 2s, 4 attacks hitting on 2s, brutal, double parry, guaranteed crit, and rending. So on average, that's 3 crits and the hit, and she double fights.
Something like that.
On average, I think I can charge in and kill the Ogren. He just needs to drop 1 dice, and I kill him easy in 1 fight. Charge in, he rolls 2 crits, 2 hits. Okay, the duelist dice.
Rough.
Duelist dice, but you know what? He's took 5 wounds. Cool. Next activation, my other melee specialist. Let's try again. Go in, charge, dies. All right. That doesn't work. So let's put in another guy close to the door, kill another guy. The Ogren just goes in, kills, and gets essentially he got 7 BP because of that, because he has Steel Intelligence. So that was a woof on my part.
It happens,
just stand
dude.
there and just not do anything.
It happens. I bamboozled myself, and that play that I brought up is why we didn't go undefeated, because we ended up tying that round because it was between the 3 of us we had a win-loss tie. So however BCP does that, it made that round tie. So we were 2-0-1, which was also the same as the person who won the tournament. So sorry boys, let you down, let the boys down. But you haven't been playing.
Cameron is exiled. In Morocco.
Yeah, exactly.
He just can't stand you anymore.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, this guy, he's still getting blast plays put on him, bro. But you haven't been playing Kill Team much, George.
No, I could recall actually a pretty crazy play when Sanctifiers first came out. played with Vaughn, of course, one of our favorites. And he essentially had one of the dudes that doesn't have to be in the Cernum right next
The
to the leader, right?
missionaries, right? Or
That guy.
yeah.
So he moves up the leader, gets to move up the missionary. He moves up everyone, which I didn't see. I was playing Nemclaw. I didn't see that the missionary had the distance, and I took all my equipment to be lethal instead of defensive, which was my big mistake. It was hamburger map, Volcus. I deployed from and got up to the Volcus building. I put like 4 Nemclaw dudes out there, and my fearmonger on the point touched the point. He poisoned it because I knew Vaughn was coming from it. Man, Vaughn just moves that dude all the way up the board past the Volcus, just enough to break my cover line. Flamers, all 4 of my Nemclaw dudes.
4/4 flamers, no joke, dude.
No, like that's it. He killed one outright, and the other 3 were wounded, all with flame tokens. As soon as they activated, they were at 6 wounds. It's like, what do I even do?
Concede.
And one of his dudes, I was like, oh my god. I never want to play against Sanctifiers again. I was like, this is horrible.
Release Sanctifiers were not a good time. They were not. But cool. Now let's go into our Auspex segment. I think we have something pretty cool that I know some people are probably familiar with, and some people like George and I, we have some stuff from this. So.
Yes, sir.
Oh, there we go. I gotta go here. Perfect. So we have GGEZ Prints that I know some of you guys are probably familiar with here, because what we have on GGEZ Prints. Oh, and you know what? Me streaming this wasn't the best idea because now it's here, but you can see, I think the big thing is that we have, they have equipment markers and like tokens. I love the GGEZ Kill Team equipment box, right? That's the one, like you have that same box, right, George?
I have the battle tree, yeah.
Yeah, so that thing, like I used to show up to tournaments and I would be like so disorganized. Like I had my own chaotic form of organization that I would use. But I remember having like this little plastic container that would have like my tokens in, and then I would have my cards in a sleeve. You know, I got my dice like in a dice bag. I have my measuring tokens or my measuring markers, right, like the 3 and 6 inch. They're in my dice bag. I have them like tucked in there. I have another thing that has all my equipment, like my barricades and shit in. And it was a hot mess, dude. And like I made it work, but like it was a little much.
Yeah.
GGEZ Prints, they have this sweet box for KT3. It has a scorecard built in. It has space for all your equipment, all your tokens, and this has been a lifesaver for me, not just at events, but even like just playing Kill Team casually, dude. Like I go over to my buddy's house, I grab my models, and they're magnetized onto something, and then I have my GGEZ box. You can keep your approved ops cards in the bottom. You can keep if you use team cards, there's a space for team cards in the bottom. It's super sick. It's really, really cool. And if you have a filament printer, you can buy the STL and you can basically print it yourself, for a lot cheaper, or you can order from him. I would say, $55 might seem like a lot, but if you need your Kill Team shit organized, it's probably worth the price, to be honest with you.
It's like the Cadillac of Kill Team Caddies. It has everything in it.
It's so
You know what I'm
good. It's
It
so
fits in the
good.
4-liter boxes. He has it designed so you could put it in a 4-liter tub, and then if you magnetize the tub, you could just rock with your team in there. You just have one box, bring one box stop. Everything you come to the store with, you're good. You won't lose anything. I remember when I used to play, I had all my stuff scattered across the table. Like my cards are over here,
Yeah.
and my dice are over there, and equipment, and I'm like shuffling through stuff. Since I've had the caddy, it's just I keep my tokens nice and neat. I grab what I need, and everything's always there. It's all put away nicely. It goes. I get to carry mine in my table war case. It slides perfectly into the drawer. So I don't use the 4-liter box, but I know over across the pond, our brothers in the UK, they do. They like the tub. That's the way that they use it a lot over there.
And it's really impressive. Like it has a space for your laser line, dude,
Mm-hmm,
in the
mm-hmm.
bottom. It
Yeah.
has, I have blue tack in mine. I
Yep.
have uh, D20 step down dice for when I'm playing like Marines, like especially Death Watch, they're all 15 models or like I don't have play Raveners, but like if you play Raveners, you probably want some D20 step downs so you don't have like 4 fucking D6 when you take 1 wound for whatever reason, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it gets all crazy. And I don't know about you guys, like I'm just not smart enough to figure out where the 18 is on a D20. It's like the USB drive where like the first way you try it, it doesn't work, and then the second way also doesn't work, so then you flip it over again. Like you're
Go
like,
back to the
what is
first
going
way
on?
that works.
Yeah, that's how
But
it
do
is
you
for
have
me.
any of those now?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I have everything I could possibly need in that box. So shout out GGEZ, and I know you have a
Shout out
really
Scott.
cool, like you have the Florida United Kill Team logo in your dice
Yeah.
tray.
So if you reach out to Scott through Etsy, he could fully customize your box any colors you want. You can send him an image. He's done it for a lot of the guys in the community already. I have mine with the Florida United Kill Team logo. I think Eric has like an alt version. Um, and I think they're both really, really cool.
They're sweet. Highly recommend at least getting something, dude. In the GGEZ, they have a ton of cool stuff on there too. So if that's something that interests you guys, I implore y'all to check it out because it has been a game changer for me on the organization, especially at a tournament, dude. I just roll up to a table, all my shit's together,
Hmm.
right?
Dude, having gone to, well, we go to all the Florida tournaments. I at least try to go to all of them. I have to go with a pencil case, a dice tray, a separate case for my separate dice for wounds, and then my case for models. It's just a pain in the ass. That
Hmm.
looks amazing. I might actually go contact them, get the
It's
Florida
sweet.
dice and everything.
Yep. And like you
For the
said, dude, I don't know if you have a 3D printer, but like you can also get the STL and print it for yourself, which is how I got it.
Hmm.
And you know, I will say it's filament. Don't be an idiot if you live in Florida. If you leave it in your car, that bad boy is getting warped, dude. So that I'm on my second box because I'm not a clever man. I'm not a clever man. You guys should know this by now. You guys should know this. Uh,
No, my
Damn.
yeah, no, it was tragic. It was tragic. But that's with any filament print, dude. That's
Yeah.
how it's gonna be. But then I also
It's
don't
hot
know.
out here.
It's hot
It's
out here,
hot out
bro.
here.
You leave filament prints in your car, like they will get fucked up. There's
yeah.
no.
I remember our boy Chris from Miami had an issue with hot cars. Yeah,
Yep,
with
The
that'll
filaments.
do
chainsaw
it.
warp. Yeah.
Resin's fine,
Yeah.
but I think if you print that thing in resin, you might kind of just be crazy. It'll be really expensive. At that point,
Yeah.
just pay $55 to Scott and like give him his money because you're you're gonna do a lot of work to print that thing in resin. I don't even know. I'm not a 3D printer wizard, right? Um, but yeah, man, we're getting near the end of the show here, so now we're gonna go ahead and hop into our most fun segment. That's heresy, brother.
That's heresy, brother.
All right, so we have our buddy Tomas here, ready to play the game, and Tomas, today we're gonna talk about proxies and Kill Team
Mhm.
versus what you see is what you get, WYSIWYG. And whatever stance you take, I promise you, I will object you like my life depends on it. So how do you
You
feel
always
about
do.
proxies?
I think you should argue how WYSIWYG is heresy.
WYSIWYG is heresy. WYSIWYG
Yeah.
is heresy, dude. Because at the end of the day, like, this is a modeling hobby, right? And for you to restrict how people get to make their models, right? I think that's absolutely heresy, brother. Because at the end of the day,
Mm,
like, I'm big into like Space Marines, for example. I'm a huge Space Marine
mhm,
player. We are the PhoBros
mhm.
Podcast. I love
Yes.
to like with Space Marines, and granted, I know like yeah, yada yada, Firstborn was way more customizable than Primaris. It's not what we're talking about. Even Primaris Marines, you can do a lot to essentially customize your models and make them readable, right? And
Mhm,
actually make
mhm,
them be able to be understood on the tabletop, right? Because like I've done a lot of weapon swaps. Hand swaps are really not that hard to do, right? You cut the gun off at the pistol grip, leave the pistol grip of the hand that you want, and you can glue the gun on that you cut off the exact same way. Uh, a little file and some generous plastic cement will get that thing looking right as rain, especially after it's painted. A layer of paint
mhm,
on there and some plastic cement to really like fuse everything together. It starts
mhm.
looking really good. But you just got to make sure that your proxies actually make sense, in my opinion, right? But
Yeah.
the thing is, Tomas, you have to argue why proxies
Why it
are
isn't?
heresy.
Yeah,
So
dude.
why are
Honestly,
proxies
this is
heresy?
the swamp water. I wanted you to do the other way, but I'll do this way.
That's the game, bro. That's the game. You
Yeah.
bamboozled
Yeah. I
yourself,
rolled a
brother.
one.
You
I rolled a one.
bamboozled yourself. So why
Dude,
why
I
are
find it
proxies bad?
funny. I find it funny how you mentioned for proxies the easiest faction in the world to run it correctly.
Oh
It's like,
God.
all right, everything is a bolter, cool. You have a
Ah.
bolter, you put a bigger scope, cool. A rocket launcher, it's easy. Like everything, it's the easiest to proxy. If you bring me elves, or if you bring me the dwarves, or if you bring me Tyranids, I get it. It's harder. But with Space Marines, everything is the same. Not the same, but everything is easy to get. Everything you want to make a Space Wolf, grab a bone, you got it. Or grab a little furry helmet, you got it. It's what you see with kit bashing. Space Marines is the easiest, but let alone the artistic side. That's the artistic. I'm going more for the competitive side. If you
Mhm,
have a kit bash, that's amazing, but it resembles nothing like the main model, right? If you have an elf, if you have a clown, that is you're running a kiss. A kiss is a tube in the arm with a little needle. Cool. That's the baseline.
Nobody knows that,
But
Tomas.
then
Nobody knows what a kiss looks like. Look, bro, if your mind is too closed to understand my artistic prowess and my creative ideas, that's not my fault, bro. I think that's your
crushing it.
fault if
I'm
you,
not
you
I'm
have
not
such
drinking
a
the I'm
small,
not drinking the
closed
swamp water.
mind that you can't even conceptualize what my proxy is, bro. That's on you, dude. You can't blame me for your lack of creativity, you know? You gotta
I need more
work
tweets.
both hemispheres of the brain, brother. All right?
Nah, dude. Do you do wissy wit and do you do kid bashing or proxying with rules? Rules are black and white. Therefore, WYSIWYG is black
Mm.
and white.
How do you feel about heights of models in
If
proxies?
you if you kid bash, and I do this myself, if I kid bash anything at all, I make it worse for me,
Hmm.
no
I've
matter
seen
what.
Tomas make a group of Vedguard all kneeling down.
Only the sniper.
All 14 models on their knees, like
Well,
They're
I
all
think,
laying on the floor, Pleuron.
and actually, and being serious here for a second, because I will die for a bit. I will commit to a bit to death. But I actually sometimes wonder, legitimate conversation here. What is actually disadvantageous and what is advantageous? Like, is taller higher advantage because you can draw more visibility?
Yes.
I think
So
so.
there's
I think
different types
so.
of tall, right? There's different types of tall.
Hmm.
Is it? I personally go with the idea of if you're gonna make your model taller, you can't make the head taller. So what I did for my Handle the Archon Kit Bash is I put the racks on their backs, so their head finishes here, but the actual racks finish like way over here. So I can't hide fully behind the bulk of strongholds. But if you make the model taller with special bases or with a different model, the head can't look above where it should originally be. That's my idea.
But I think there's more like I don't disagree with you. I think there's just more context to consider because if you're like, okay, I have, my guardsman sniper, or let's say a scout sniper, he's on conceal all game, right? If he's taller, that's really bad because he can
Yeah.
see more and he'll
Yeah.
probably always be in heavy cover,
Mhm.
right? But if you have a Ravener that's shorter, that's really bad
Yeah.
Mhm.
because then they're
Yeah.
easier to hide. Raveners are really hard to find. And you can get under the vantage that the model doesn't allow you to get underneath, right? So I
Mhm.
think
Yeah.
like you can't necessarily look at it in a black or white way, but you should think about it like the way that you talked about your proxy, where you're like, hey, I considered the fairness of my proxy, and this is how I considered it. I think as long as you do that, right, you're actually considering, well, this isn't going to be an advantage to me based on how this team plays or what this model is, then yeah, go for it, dude. Proxies are actually super sick, and I think, that's one of the things that makes this kill team as a game in particular cool is that proxies are very welcoming, and you would kind of think, and a game this competitive, we might be more like on the WYSIWYG side, right?
Mhm.
But I found that people are really, really cool with proxies. People get stoked with proxies. But I think the biggest thing is like I don't want to see two models that look exactly the same and
100%.
then one of them is different. And I'm pretty good at remembering shit now. Like I used to be worse at it when I started playing Kill Team because there was just like more cognitive load going on. But I did have a situation where I let somebody proxy a melee. Um, oh, and you know what's so funny? That yeah, this wasn't even one where they were the same model, but someone was like, hey, I want all my rekkas to be shooty rekkas, but I only have, I'm one short, so I'm gonna use this rekka Breaker Boy, the regular warrior. He's also gonna be a rocket launcher. And when the game started, I go, yeah, that should be easy to remember, right?
4 turns deep, not so much.
Couple turns later, we're already round three of the tournament. If you know me, I'm a couple brewskis deep, dude, right?
Yeah.
And and I totally forgot. I totally forgot that this was a shooty guy, and
Mhm.
I was like, oh, damn. Well, I did agree to that. I can't be mad. I can't be like upset that I was
Mhm.
like, yeah, dude, totally, shaka bra, bro. Like let's roll some dice. And then 2, 3 turns later, whatever it was, I totally bamboozled myself. So I think if he had any other model that even had a gun, you
Mhm.
know, like
Yeah.
any type of gun, but it was a dude with a hammer. And I'm like, yeah, that's a hammer guy. No, it wasn't. He six dice on fives, bro, with record points.
Mhm.
Lethal five on Into the Dark, right? I was like, ooh, ooh, oh, I fucked up. Um,
Yeah.
so no shade to
Yeah.
him or anything, but I think you just want to be help your make it easy on your opponent, right? Even if it's a weird
Yeah,
proxy, make it easy.
in those cases, like again, I am 100% for kit bashing and everything. We talked about this before, but before every release of every team, I at least get some kit bashes in. For example, with Death Watch, I had the full Death Watch team built before release. I haven't played them, but I have them. I think it's a really cool thing to do. For proxies, there's at least for me, there's a line I might say I hold up, boy. Where it gets to a point where I know that it's gonna get confusing in later on. Later on, you're playing, you have models to do, you have things to do, you have things to score, you need to keep track of all these different things. I know that if they're not all the same, and they're all like, if I have all shooting and I want them to be all melee, okay, that's pretty easy to listen to remember. But if they're like half and half, if they have some models that are shooting and have some models that are melee, it gets kind of difficult. Um, that is a kind of a annoying point where you kind of want to let him run whatever you want, but then you have to take on the safeguards of putting things in to make you remember, like a rubber band or some I don't know, token or anything to make you remember.
Right.
Because by yourself, you're not going to remember.
That's a
3.4.
good point. You know, like last edition, we had rubber bands on every model. This guy has a
Mhm.
grenade.
Mhm.
And yeah,
It's
I
also
think,
easy on your opponent, you know. It's
yeah,
easy on your
so
opponent if you're running exactly what. Oh, this guy's supposed to have a pistol and a sword. That model has a pistol and a sword.
that's a good point about the
Compared
rubber band too, to help your opponent
yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're on proxies or if you run kit bashes or anything, you want to make it as easier and
Mhm.
low resource intensive as possible for your opponent. You want to make it as easy to understand. They're all painted red, so all the red guys are melee, or the blue guys are shooting. Easy, or they all have red rubber bands. Easy. If you say keep track of it in your mind, not so easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And that's actually why I chose this as our heresy subject today, because I know you're big on like Tomas's big thing is on Warhammer community, we get an article and they're like, dope shit's dropping. And then a week later, Tomas is like, I'm ready.
Yeah,
Here's the team, guys.
I have
Yeah.
I got.
everything. I have everything. And I
Mhm.
do a little, like, I mostly do the box stuff, at least in Kill Team, on like everything but Space Marines. But like my Death Watch team, I have, you know, a bunch of bits from a bunch of different kits because I just have so many Space Marine bits. But I still have like my leader, he's a Sword Brethren, but he has a plasma pistol and a power sword, you know. So like it is modeled as, you know, the it's supposed to be modeled. So even though he's not the exact same model, because I think that's one thing. Um, some people might not like that. They like learn what the models look like on the team. And it's like, come on, bro. There's one model with a plasma pistol.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
guy.
that's not an issue.
That's the guy.
Mhm.
But yeah, man, thanks for coming on. We're just under an hour, so I think it's a good time to wrap up, bro. It was fun bullshitting about Kill Team and having fun, just you know shooting the shit. So uh, hope you guys come back and see us next week. I will be uploading all of our episodes onto Spotify this week. I know we've been slow on the get up for that, but we're just getting this thing off the ground. So thanks for
Mhm.
bearing with us and bearing with me as I figure out how to have better audio on this because that's been the bane of the podcast has been me mixing the audio. So I hope the audio is good for everybody. And if you guys have any feedback for me, shoot me a message. But it was a good time. Thanks, George, and thanks, Tomas. And yeah, peace.
Peace out. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.